Hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to create this look in today's video, and this is the look that I wore on New Year's Eve. It's basically just a warm smoky eye with some gold glitter and a nude lip. So if you would like to see how I created this look and what products I used, then please keep on watching. So I'm gonna start off by applying my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And I absolutely love this product, especially this time of the year when it's really cold outside and your skin gets really dry and dehydrated. And this product has shea butter, vitamin C and E in it. So I feel like it really hydrates my skin and makes it feel really smooth. I'm then gonna spray some of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer water onto my face. I also really like this step just because it feels like it hydrates my skin once again, and I feel like you can't add too much hydration in wintertime. I just feel like you need a lot of it and it feels good. And if you prep your skin before you apply your makeup is gonna last so much longer and look so much better. And I feel like that's one step that people don't do. Just because when people think about applying makeup, they think about the makeup obviously and not the preparations. So yeah. I then of course used one of my favorite primers, and it's the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. And I do use this one quite a lot in my videos just because I love it so much. And I apply this all over my face. This is a radiant primer, so if you have a very oily T-zone, then just skip that part of your face. My T-zone can be quite oily, but I don't have that problem at the moment because I'm just super dry. So for New Year's, I wanted a foundation that I knew would last very well on my skin. Just a foundation that I knew wouldn't settle in any of my fine lines or get oily during the night. So that's why I decided to go for this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I have two shades just because this one is too dark and this one is too light for me at the moment, so I have to mix the two. But I have 240 and 140, and I'm just gonna apply this with my Morphe sponge. So moving on to eyebrows, I'm gonna use my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and I always use a clear brow gel before I do anything else to my brows. I just feel like I want to get them in place before I do anything else. And when I have them where I want them to be, I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade number 4. When I feel happy with that, I just go in with my sponge once again, and I just dab on the inner parts of my brow just to make sure that they're not too harsh, because I don't want to have like angry eyebrows. Okay, so just like that. We're now gonna move on to our eyes. And I'm applying a concealer in a warmer shade just because I'm gonna use warm eyeshadows. And the warm concealer and the warm eyeshadows are gonna go so much better together and complement each other instead of working against each other. I'm then gonna use two eyeshadows to set the concealer on my eyelid, and I'm using the Colourpop eyeshadow in the shade Running Late and Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Mirage. I'm then gonna start off by applying the shade Chickadee into my crease. This is from Makeup Geek, and I'm using a Morphe M532 brush. I'm then gonna use this eyeshadow from Colourpop. It's called Criss, and it's like a brick red kind of shade, I would say, or a burnt red, maybe. And I'm also gonna apply this in my crease, but I'm not gonna blend it as far as we did with Chickadee. And I'm still using a fluffy brush, but it's not as fluffy as the one we used before. So this is a Morphe M513. So I'm applying this straight into my crease and just going back and forth. So I'm now going to use this eyeshadow from Colourpop, and instead of going in with my brush like this with the tip, I'm going to go in with the side of the brush. So you have the product on top of the brush as well as on the side of the brush. So when we apply it on our eyelid, we'll both have it in our crease as well as on our eyelid. I'm then just gonna blend everything with a clean blending brush. I'm then gonna use another eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Americano. I'm gonna use this quite small brush from Morphe. This is a M506 brush. And I'm gonna focus this eyeshadow on my outer corner, but I'm gonna blend it in to my inner corners as well. I'm then gonna add a dark red shade from Colourpop once again, and I'm gonna apply this on the inner part of my eye. I'm just gonna apply my concealer and my powder before we continue with our eyes. And I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand. And then some translucent powder. And I only use translucent powder underneath my eyes and on the sides of my nose, just because I feel like it gives a good highlight. And for the rest of my face, I like to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 1. And I just swirl this all over my face. And I also use this to remove any excess translucent powder. For my under eyes, I'm going in with the same Colourpop eyeshadow once again, and I'm using a Morphe M507 brush. I'm then going to use the shade Americano from Makeup Geek once again on a flat brush. And I'm just gonna wiggle this into my lower lash line to make it really smoky. I'm now going to use the eyeshadow Take It Slow by Colourpop, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone. I'm now going to use this loose pigment from a makeup store. It's called Eyedust in the shade April, and this is a really beautiful peachy champagne color. And I'm gonna use this as my inner corner highlight. And I'm not being very precise with this. So to turn this smoky eye into a New Year's look, I decided to add some glitter. And there is no better glitter than the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow. And I wanted to use gold glitter on New Year's, so I used the shade Gold Goddess. And I went for a very sparkly look, so I applied it on top of my eyelids, on my inner corners, as well as underneath my eyes, but only on the inner part. But yeah, I just wanted to look really sparkly. I'm then gonna apply the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Swerve in my waterline. I'm just gonna add mascara and lashes off camera, and then I'll be back. So my eyes are done, and the lashes I used are the Ardell Wispies. So I'm now gonna do my face, and we're gonna start off with bronzer, and I'm gonna use my Kat Von D palette, and I'm gonna use the shade right here to bronze up my face. As my highlight on New Year's, I decided to go for the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Freestyle Duo. I'm also gonna apply this peachy blush by Catrice. I'm then gonna do one last step to my eyebrows, and I'm gonna add the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow, which is a tinted brow gel. And I just like to do this when I've finished everything on my face. Because if you have any excess powder or anything like that on your brows, then this step will get rid of it. Done. So on my lips on New Year's, I wore the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin. I also finished my makeup with the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Setting Spray, but it's empty now, so I'm not gonna be able to use it in this video, but just so you know. So instead of that one, I'm gonna use my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. That's it. This is the makeup look that I wore on New Year's Eve. I really hope that you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!